Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time visiting my channel, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment or a feedback at the end of this video. I would appreciate it. Anyway, my YouTube family, I'm here as you could see on the screen, right? I have Rosalee, Ackeam, and the family, her son and her daughter. I come a little bit to talk about this whole Rosalee saga, right? That has been trending, basically all over the world. Yes, but it's good to trend, my lovely people. But it's not all trending is good. But for like bloggers and vloggers that want contents and views and likes and share, they look at it just as content. They don't look at it like, okay, is it damaging? Is it enhancing anybody's life? Is just views. You get where I'm going, right? So anyway, we had heard, right, that Rosalee family unit got disrupted, right? And the CDA came in, CDA in Jamaica, which I think they have a new name now. So, don't come for me if I say CDA. Just work with the program, all right? And they came and they took the children. Let me give you guys a little intro. So what happened was, I guess CDA tried to reach out to her about some reports, and she kind of like denounced it, was disrespectful. And even at one time, the parent teacher maintenance association reached out to Rosalee, and she kissed her teeth and and hung up the phone. And while she was on live, she was calling them like names like the SUCK, your mother. So pretty much they've been watching her, and because there were so much report that had came in, there was numerous reports that had came in about her, and about how she behaved on live and how she behaved with the children within the home. And a lot of her supporters, I think she called her, because they all got teams on TikTok, she called them the dream team. They were highly in support of her, meaning that they were saying that, CDA was wicked and they should return the kids and, all that kind of stuff. And while they were doing that, they were gifting her for bad behavior. But we know how social media operates, right? So when this actually happened and she came on social media and she put on a show, she was crying and, saying that she don't know what to do. And, just crying and just being melodramatic and overly dramatic with the whole situation. And, if you don't know Rosalee, it could be very convincing, right? Because you're going to sit there and see an individual crying. Your human nature side is going to kick in, because you're going to say to yourself, like, oh, my God, it's just natural. Because you're going to assume the worst when you see somebody crying, because naturally people just not cry for no reason at all, right? So when people saw her crying, she always had a big following. Everybody ran over there and they were asking her, like, what is wrong, Rose? What is going on, June? And she was like, she wanted her kids. They took her kids away from her and she don't know where the kids at. So she kept on just crying and being, doing the show, doing the performance like, what Rosalee is known to do. So finally, she kind of calmed down a little bit and she told him that she called the police, or I don't know who, she called some government. Before she actually called CDA, she was calling the police. And I guess, they told her she called the school, or she went up to the school. And when she finally called CDA, right, in Jamaica, they told her that, they have the kids. But on her live, she was saying that she was asking some questions and nobody was giving her any answers. And then she clearly stated that all they kept telling her, that they can't tell her where the kids are, but what they can do is let her know that it's on that investigation and, in the kids' best interest and safety, they cannot let her know, exactly the whereabouts of the kids. So she started breaking down again and saying that she don't know where her kids at. But let me give you my little 2 cents on that part. Rosalee's not as dumb as she, manipulate the minds of her supporters and followers to seem as if she is, because anybody with any common sense will know that once your kids are taken away or they're in the government hands, their all right is to protect that kids or those kids at any cost, you understand, possible. So they're never going to tell you where the kids are. That would be deceiving the purpose of even let you know. Because what if you go over there snatching them kids or whatever? So they're not going to tell you. So she was like, at least I need to know where my kids are. Come on, Rosalee. Once they're in the government ends, you understand? Yeah, these people are like obsessed with these people on social media. These supporters and followers that even when they're wrong, they cannot tell them that they're wrong. It's like they just have to go along with whatever they, state. So anyway, let's continue this here because I want you all, because I know some people, everybody should have heard, but some people haven't heard. So I'm just here to fill you guys in, all right? So anyway, the children are in CDA protection, right? So now everybody is just, the whole internet is in an upstir. So there's a young man by the name of Ackeam. Him and Rosalee was doing a series, right? So the series that they were doing, was the whole thing is that Ackeam was supposed to show men how to treat women. So it was one of those little series where, they were doing their thing. People made their subscription and they go out and they do these things. So apparently Rosalee had caught feelings for this young man. So we've seen the footage, you understand, where they've been on dates. They've been doing all these wonderful things and, going to the beach. She brought her kids. Ackeam was buying things for the kids. And they were doing their thing, right? They were actually doing their thing. So after all that, right, guys, they went to an Airbnb and he cooked stew peas for her and they went into the bed and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if Rosalee thought that she was going to be there all night, but Ackeam decided no, he's going to take her home, and she did not like that. So she was like highly upset because she wanted to stay there and she wanted to get some of that sausage, right? But for whatever reason, so when he took her back home, bear in mind Rosalee still lived with her baby dad. His name is Jakes. And, I just think that is so wrong because the kids are young and their minds are vulnerable. And to see mom and dad still in the same house, still living, still doing what they are doing. And then here you have this so-called series on TikTok. You bring in the children to get involved. It's such a state of confusion, right? So anyway, I guess she didn't like it. And Rosalee didn't like the fact that she didn't stay. And I guess she had made something about that Ackeam. It's true that what social media is saying, he's probably not straight. He's probably, kind of bend, kind of lean, and he did not like it. So they somewhat kind of severed ways and the series were over because she tried to reach out to him and he said, he didn't tell her that the series is over. He told her that he wanted to take a break and she took it the wrong way, like everything was over. He didn't want anything to do with her. And then she took to her platform and she ramped and she raged and she was so freaking disrespectful. She was really, really disrespectful. So one thing lead to another, right? So she was carrying on and then she talking about she be hearing voices in her head and she got split personality and she be breaking up the stuff in her house and she just feel like setting the whole house on fire and taking out the life of her kids and Jake's. And I think CDA got a whip of that and and everything went downhill from there. So anyway, they went into the kids from school and then they placed them into protective custody. And everybody's like, people who over is gloating, they're wicked. And, Rosalee is a great mom and we are mothers and sisters. But then again, guys, are you looking at the big picture? This lady said she got split personalities and that she wanted to burn the house down. She wanted to unalive the kids. And what do you expect? Are we just going to sit here and saying that she's just joking? No. We have to take these things serious. We don't want statistics for the kids. We don't know if it's a joke. We don't, and a statement like that, we don't even give a damn if it's a joke. These things should not be coming out of parents' mouth. So they took the kids, right? And so now the kids are in the custody of the government, right? And if any mother, right, would be grieving, would be so distraught, would be so, like their world is coming down. Rosalee, less than 24 hours, Rosalee and that guy, Ackeam, which I guess because this whole situation, they got back together. Rosalee is at the club, dropping it like it hot. Imagine your children has been taken away from you. And guys, guess where Rosalee at? 24 hours later, Rosalee went to Mecca's nightclub. She and the same guy that she's doing the series with, Ackeam, is dropping it up, bumping it like it hot, laughing. And I'm saying, okay, see, it clearly shows she don't give a damn about these kids. I don't give a damn what you guys say. She don't give a damn about these kids. I'm telling you. Rosalee don't care because there is nowhere as a mother. Your kids are in a foreign, don't even know what is going on, can't see their parents, unfamiliar, and you're in a nightclub, Rosalee. But you know what? This doesn't surprise me because when the whole thing happened, and within like hours when that happened, and Ackeam got a whipped up head, and so-called Ackeam came and got you, and you guys went there to see his attorney, and he came on your live assuring everybody everything's okay, and you'll get the kids back right away. But listen to this, guys. The same that Rosalee started laughing on the live, getting all happy. And I'm like, okay, what about the kids? The kids, Rosalee. And then she had all the people in her box telling her that the series is going to start again. And it was just nothing but laughter and 24 hours lately. Who does that? Who does that? I would be weeping and well, my head would be so messed up. I couldn't even think, sleep, or anything. And she's over there bumping it and celebrating with a man. You know what, guys? I'm going to conclude this. Rosalee just want men. She put men over her kids. Rosalee just want that sausage. Rosalee really and truly doesn't care about the kids. And she showed the world that she don't care about these kids. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you guys and leave y'all. Drop a comment to the feedback in the comment section and let me know what you guys think. And until next time, big up on a nice, clean self. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, feel free to do that. And yes, click that notification on so when I'm on, you can get a notification and come join in and listen to some of this wonderful content I will be bringing to you guys. All right? Bye-bye.